We started talking on Tinder, and he asked to meet up by the well, and it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I agreed. So we met up by the well. It was a very brief introduction before we started walking back to his place. And I wasn't completely comfortable with it the whole way there. I was like, oh, it's kind of far, don't know where we're going. Like, I'm not from this area. He's like, oh, it's okay, I can lead you there. So we met by the well. We ended up walking to the Element apartment complex. I was not fully aware. I was intoxicated. But I did know what was going on. I had like half a mind to say, I don't know why I didn't say no, but my version of no was not right now, maybe in a second. I'm feeling very uncomfortable. I'm very shy right now. Can you please not touch me like that? Maybe just like this, and we can work our way towards that. So I was open to it, but the more I said no, the more pushy he got, and we ended up having sex. It wasn't enjoyable. And then afterwards, after he finished, he just up and went to the kitchen, got a bowl of cereal. And then he came back and he was like, well, the condom broke. And I was like, excuse me? And he said, can we please like go back to my place? Can you walk me back? And he's like, no, I'm pretty tired. You have to stay here. I was like, okay. And I didn't know how I got there because this was my first semester at Sac State. I didn't know like how to get across the street basically. So I ended up staying the night. Basically in the morning I was still asleep and he said, we gotta go, I have to go to class. And I said, okay. We took the shuttle together from the Element back to the well. And the whole way there, just no talking, no eye contact. Since I had slept there and I didn't have a way to put my contacts away, I didn't have any way of seeing, so I had to walk from the well all the way back to the dorms, feeling as shitty as I did. I'm so sorry. Feeling as awful as I did. And not being able to see, I couldn't tell if anyone was looking at me. I just felt awful. It's just so dumb now, but my immediate reaction was to take a shower. And it's the dorms, so I ran into a friend in the bathroom, and she saw that I was crying. And she asked what happened, and I was like, I honestly don't know what happened. Like, I can't tell you. I don't know if I was assaulted or not. Like, this is just a mess. I just want to take a shower and go to sleep. And by the time I had gotten out of the shower, my friend plus my RA were waiting for me in the restroom, like right out of the shower, and I had my towel around me. And I didn't want to tell anyone. I just wanted to go to sleep. She said, okay, so we need to report this because it's been brought to my attention. I was like, but it wasn't by me. She said, that doesn't matter. We have to report it. I would have preferred consent, like in all aspects. I didn't have consent when the assault happened. I would like to have consent if it's going to be reported. I don't think it was handled very well. They weren't very sensitive about it at all. I had to tell the RA, then I had to tell the RLC, and then I had to tell the police officer, and then Jessica Heskin showed up to the meeting later, so I had to start my story from the top again. And the entire time, they didn't really let me collect my thoughts as much. It was very pressed. There were a lot of questions thrown at me, and if I said I couldn't remember, it was like, well, try to remember. Like, I know you can. And it's like, I really can't. It was all a blur. Like, I'm telling you as much as I can, and just pushing and the pushing in it. After my police report, I met with Jessica Heskin, the victim's advocate, and she was very nice. She was very sweet. She got me an appointment at the well, same day, like within 20 minutes. While I was at the doctor's, and while I was with the police, but the doctor explained it to me more thoroughly. He let me know that they couldn't do an evidentiary exam because I had taken a shower. So there was no proof of anything except for a tear inside. And that was awful. I gave a very vague description of him and the number I thought his apartment was. And they emailed me back saying, we believe it's this guy. We are gonna go talk to him. And you're gonna have to come in and argue against him, basically. And I was like, I'd really not turn this, I don't want to turn it into an argument. I just kind of wanted it to go away. And that same day, right after I had gotten back from the well, I believe her name is Miss Summers, she reached out to me via email and phone call multiple times asking if I would come in for an interview because there had to be some sort of internal investigation with the school, even if there wasn't going to be any presses charged with the police. And since it was that same day that I had just gotten back, went to the well, talked to the police, like everything, I was not comfortable with speaking to her. And those emails too, and the phone calls, and none of them were about, are you okay? Or how are you feeling? Or you need to come in and give an interview. If you don't give an interview, we can't proceed with your case. And at the time, I was like, good, I don't want the case to proceed. All within 3 weeks, they decided it was a he said, she said situation, and that since I didn't come in to give my side of the story, they didn't have enough to go off of, even though I had spoken to the police and they had the police records and my records with Jessica and my medical records and what pills they gave me and the tear on the inside. And then after that, I kind of just let it go. Since then, I've developed really severe anxiety. For a couple years after the incident, I had a really hard time just attending my classes because it was so irrational, but I was so afraid that somebody from the university was going to burst in my door like with him. Just thinking that he could find me or that I would see him again, it kept me locked away. I would say my worldview has changed a lot too. I'm a lot more empathetic because you really never know what people are going through, because I held up so well afterwards, and I still do, that people have no idea. You can keep hiding and it really won't get any better. Just talk to somebody. You don't have to go out and tell your whole story like this, but just talk to somebody.